All right, we're seeing the SPY popped up in the morning, then faded down to the lows today. It was pretty much a real annoying day, actually. It just stayed in like a range for a little while, and just the 30-minute, and then just broke down at the bottom, basically at the tail end of the day. On some strong volumes, so you got to keep that in play. We're looking at the weekly. You can see from the shooting star, now we have follow through, decreasing volume, bearish MACD. So I'm bearish on this, and I will continue to do so until we see a curl up and above that 10. Just real simple rules, trying not to complicate things too much, because things are complicated as it is. So let's look at the QQQ. Same thing that they did. Will this hold this support? I'm not sure. And quite honestly, I wouldn't be looking to catch. I mean, just limit your risk. At least try to see a break of this high before you could even say, am I going to risk a little bit to try to catch a, maybe a bottom here, if you want to call it that, or just like a bounce. It would just be for a retracement. So you just got to look at that, because you got to look at what the trend is. And the weekly is definitely showing you that we had this top. I don't know if you want a rooftop top or whatever. I just made that up, quite honestly. But you could say I'm going to try to play these lows. You see right here from this pivot point. I wouldn't, but again, I don't. That's just my style. So it's just a matter of what's your style. And a lot of people like to buy off of multiple sports levels of supports on different time frames. If you could find that, and that meets your risk reward, so that if it does blow through it, you lose the amount that you know before the trade, then you're actually in good, it's a good trade. So we're approaching the 50. We can approach it really fast, and that's it for the. You had some names which I'll go over, those big momentum names that got beat up and still looking weak. So we have the Russell. Russell's touching. You got a cross of the 10 and the 50. Now crossing, getting to the 200. If I took this 200 off, which it's not a net, you're looking at that 1084 level. So that can happen quickly as well. So we'll see. Things don't go straight up or straight down. Pop up, down, pop up, down. This, again, it was above the 10, but you still had bearish MACD, so it was just a level of caution, and go from there. So the well, let's look at the before we go any further, let's look at the weekly, and you can see the weekly is breaking down. They had that basically run up, and they're continuing to the downside. Let's see if IWM gives us the volume. See, the volume is increasing to the downside, so that's not a good sign. The diamond has broken below this box on increase in volume, bearish MACD, kiss. There's no cross yet, as if with the QQQ. Let's see, on the, yes, we're under the 10 for the diamond on the weekly. So I would again be cautious. There does look to seem to be some, still kind of in that box, but below the 10 means red light in my opinion. So let's look at some names. So we have Priceline. Priceline, it looks like it's trying to hold this low level. I mean, quite honestly, breaks this low, you're moving, back down to this 1100 area. That could happen fast. Amazon, I was stalking this one, stalking, and it's small, but this doesn't mean that it's going to continue or discontinue the move down. You have bearish MACD, you got the weekly below the 50, below this support, closing below this previous level of which was resistance, became support, came back above and ran up. Be careful with that name as well. You have Apple. Apple is, you see, if you take a 50,000 foot view, you see that we had squeezing going on here, and it's breaking down, and it's under the 10, bearish MACD, increasing volume. Not that much movement on a lot of things. So let's kind of look at this 30-minute, and you can see this is the day today, and this was shit to trade. Most people just sat on their hands, which is a great thing. The people that, quite honestly, if people like, I don't like being adventurous to be like, oh, I'm going to try to play the range. Some people can do that. I'd rather just get the trends. I just find that it's just greater probabilities with me trading a trend versus range bound. Some people are good at it. I'm not. know yourself and know what your strengths. You got WWE that I posted yesterday. I continue to break down that support level that I said could probably, well, it broke below. It's continuing. Again, it was just a lot of the moves came very late in the day, so you can see that the move came down and then it popped back up. You got Google small body candle. Again, there was a lot of small body candles today. You have Facebook, which ramped up, and then you can see that, well, now you can see it ramped up and then it came all the way back down. Didn't break the low, but the breaking of the low means something for sure. But again, I didn't like this trade because there wasn't much downside to me. I think this might be a support level that we have to test. Twitter keeps getting, Jesus, it is just shit in the bed. Good God. So just be careful with that one. Bank of America, same small body candle. Wells Fargo's actually trying to hold this 50. Again, I think they had earnings and stuff, so it's going to be very, very volatile. Citi, small body candle. Goldman Sachs continuing with increasing volume. Then you got MasterCard going down, Visa still going down. ACAM I had, that one small body, but these could be like almost mini flags back to the downside. So we got a lot of gap to look at, but I'm going to keep this video short. There's a lot to discuss. Maybe I'll do another video this weekend because I know people will start fading after a certain time period. Take care.